Hello, my name is Erica Albright, and this is my SGS 340 Violence and Conflict and Human Rights debate rebuttal video. And so, in the last video, I discussed how, in some cases, we do need to suspend protecting human rights in cases of insecurities, terrorism, and insurgencies. Yeah, today I will be speaking the rebuttal on doing that and what wrong can come of it. So, in my first opinion, I gave the side of that we do need to suspend human rights when it comes to cases of security. Yet, when I first had read the question, I was a bit confused on which side I should ultimately defend. Yet now it just seems like a really clear path. Um, so, the main points I want to bring up is nothing in particular, no in particular cases, but what I want to question is why should one who has earned and been given their lawful rights be stripped away from them only in situations of danger? Like what's the qualifying factor that allows some citizens to maintain and keep their rights versus the ones who will be truly affected by this? The United States is a very democratic nation that focuses heavily on civil liberty rights, and when we're given these rights when we're born onto the American soil. It's just given rights that if you were born here, you earn these rights. For the people who come to our nation from the immigrants who come to our nation and earn those rights, I don't think that their rights should be suspended or be critiqued when it comes to times of emergency, when it comes to states of emergency. If we look at someone who is a different race, different ethnicity, or if they're even just a different gender or age, what qualifies them to be able to keep their rights or not? I don't think we cannot just keep using stereotypes to manipulate people and take away something that they were equally given as to anyone else. Um, um, you wouldn't want to wake up one day without having your right to freedom of speech or your right to privacy or your right to have a fair hearing over what crime or illegality that you're being accused on. Those are mainly the main rights that we are up for battle when it comes to immigrants or suspending human rights. It's more like court case stuff, which you wouldn't want to lose your right to privacy or right to freedom of speech. You're entitled to have your own opinion, and you are entitled to be able to be put to trial and proven guilty. Um, we see in our world today how much chaos is going on and how we have consistent issues with security that we don't just simply know how to solve or deal with it equally for all people. Some people are innocent, some are not, yet we should all equally be given a fair trial or hearing for whatever accusations are being made well before our rights would be stripped away from any of us. Americans are all immigrants to begin with. We would not have the United States as a nation or even as a whole if it weren't for immigrants migrating here to start a new economy, a new nation. We cannot strip away the rights to our fellow citizens solely based on accusations, stereotypes, nothing that's been proven with evidence. You should need clear, hard evidence before you take away the right. Yes, our government and our state has certain duties kept in order to protect and maintain our safety. Yet that doesn't mean any rights of people who equally deserve them should be stripped away. Stealing equal citizens' rights would only cause chaos in our country and lead to even deeper, more dangerous chaos that it includes and affects more groups of people. There are a handful of rights that our country just simply cannot be expunged, like your right to life, liberty, and happiness. The Declaration of Independence stated that all people have certain inalienable rights, that cannot be taken away or given up. It also stated that the job of the government is to only protect our rights and and to enforce them on us to use them to our advantage. The right to hearing and freedom of speech are the rights that we typically debate on when it comes to issues with national security or terrorism, yet the right to life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness are the three main and natural rights that will never end and can never be stripped away from any United States citizen. Many people can make the case of the government overruling and saying it's a human rights violation, which is why human rights cannot just be taken away, even in the circumstance of a national security emergency. When we are in these states of emergency, most of the time we overlook what the states and government are doing because we assume that they're just going to fix everything and make it all better. We always assume that they can decide what's right for us and what is ultimately right for our nation in order to protect the most amount of people. Yet if they attempted to strip away the rights of any American citizen, whether you were black or white or Asian or Native American, it is not fair to just strip away one's rights based on an accusation in the sole state of an emergency. Every citizen has earned their rights fairly and equally, and the government cannot just take away those whenever they feel like they need based on stereotypes or accusations. It would help to create stricter laws rather than to just strip away one's rights. Yes, many of the United States laws set in place today piggyback off of what the Constitution entails, and these are inalienable rights that cannot be abused when it comes to cruelty or unusual punishment.